Have you ever heard or read of the experience of someone who categorized as a near-death experience? I think a lot of times today, and we see it in books, and we see a lot of people who've kind of recreated these people's stories into movies, and because it's such a phenomenon. And an estimate of about 774 people daily have an experience that can be categorized as a near-death experience. So near-death experiences, which are abbreviated mostly as NDE, are a phenomenon that have been studied for some time, and even with all those studies and all that research that's been done, there's no final conclusion, and that's because a lot of it's just theories, because a lot of these research is based off of testimonials, and people have all ranges of experiences. So I want to talk about two of those theories today, and they're the ones that are most prominent, and that if you look up near-death experiences are the first two that you're going to see. The first one is it's defined as a neurological phenomenon. So this explanation identifies the brain as producing features of a near-death experience and of consciousness. So this theory would explain the sense of being out of body or seeing a tunnel of light, because it has to do with the brain and all of the nerves and neurons in it. The second most prominent theory for near-death experiences is something supernatural. I kind of describe it as a supernatural event. This is a theory that when people are experiencing this near-death experience, they are connected with or part of a special cosmic consciousness. So this theory would explain life review, or the experience of being out of the body, or just kind of looking down on yourself and whatever the person's situation may be. So because this is such a traumatic or life-changing experience, it's bound to obviously have some side effects. So there's positive side effects and there's also negative side effects. So some of these positive ones are the feeling of detachment from the body, or feelings of levitation, or total serenity, security, warmth, absolute dissolution, or a presence of light. So that would be defined as a positive experience during a near-death experience, which is nothing negative, it's just different, as the people describe it as if you go through and look at people's stories. And then there's some negative ones. And the negative ones is causing anguish or distressing. So with all this information, it's also important to note that there's side effects that happen after the fact. And so they find that a lot of people who go through these experiences are people who, after coming out of it, they find that they don't have a fear of death anymore, or they have a sense of life purpose. Those are the two main things that we see. And with that, I just kind of wanted to leave with just to tweak your brain a little bit. I think it's so interesting the fact that these are all theories, and so we can individually kind of see what we believe in the most. So I challenge to go and kind of do more research on it and see what you think is the most likely theory, since they are all just theories and there's not really a conclusion.